Hello, prospective students. My name is Jessie Belazaire, and I am hoping that I can be your host as well as your instructor. But rather than lecture you and tell you how and why I am particularly qualified to share with you my findings on how to find your purpose, I want to really instead just share with you my testimony in terms of how I genuinely found my purpose. You know, they say some people spend their whole entire lives and they never know what they were called to do on this earth. I was fortunate enough to have been told by many strangers that I basically came out running. So, what I think they meant is I've sort of been on this quest to find my purpose since birth. And who have I been since birth, do you ask? I am a Haitian native that was raised in a strict two-parent household in Rhode Island to a family of 6. I have 3 siblings, 2 sisters and 1 brother. And when I was growing up, I spent a majority of my time in 3 places: home, school, and church. And in my native tongue, all three places are referred to as the 3 L's. It was at those places that I really developed my core values along with myself. I learned from these places how to have good work ethic, how to be determined, how to assert my voice, and how to stand on my own 2 feet. You know, I would go on to excel in college, start my own philanthropy-based student organization, and to graduate among the top in my class. I thought from that moment I was on my way towards success and towards finding my purpose. It was then that I made the decision that I was going to, after college, move to DC to attend graduate school at Howard University. At that time, I really only had an acceptance letter and a dream that I was going to find myself and I was going to help others do so in that process. And oh, did I find myself all right. I found myself 1 year into a 2-year master's program, living alone in a city where I knew very few people. I was pregnant, I was unwed, and I was just a scared mess. You know, life has a really funny way of happening to you when you find yourself going the course and you're just sort of like knocked off of your purpose. Being pregnant for me and being unwed knocked me off of my course. I kept saying to myself, I should have known better, over and over again. For a while, I hated myself. I hated myself for putting myself in the predicament where I was among the group of people who were black, who were unwed, who were pregnant, and who were women. I went from secretly hating myself to putting all of my energy into being a first-time mom. Everything became so much about her that I forgot also to check in with myself, which is something I used to do. And because of it, I spent a period after having my daughter being in a deep depression. I didn't want to do the things that used to bring me joy. I didn't want to be around other people. And I definitely didn't want to leave the house. The sense of who I am was lost. I could not feel my core. I was left with a gap, an abyss, so to speak, and just this emptiness inside. Although I was empty, you know, I was still expected to be somebody's mom. And although I struggled, I was honored and I was proud to carry out that expectation. My self-worth at that time was largely tied to me being a mom and it became suddenly important how others viewed me as a mother. I was seeking at that time reassurance and praise from others just to feel okay with myself. And I knew something had to give because I wasn't used to putting my emotional well being in the hands of others. It took me a little over 2.5 years of wearing the mask, so to speak, before I was able to get back to running the course that is my life purpose. I began my run back to self by first becoming aware that I had lost my identity. I think it's really important to speak to the problem before you can actually work to resolve it. I spent the next 2.5 years having the intention that I was the most important relationship and project that I was ever going to work on. And it was through exploration that I fell in love with the things that mattered to me most, like writing. I took a leap out on faith, I remember, and I sought to publish my writings in things like newsletters and online magazines. And it was really then that I landed my first big writing gig. I became a contributing writer for an online magazine known as Empower Magazine. And it was an online publication that was dedicated to covering positive stories about the Black and Brown community. It was there that I met different people from all different walks of life. I want to give a big shout out to Tamika Mallory, Commissioner Salima Dofo, and Tanika Gray, and countless others for really reigniting that phoenix fire within me. I was inspired by them to live my life in truth and with intention and with authenticity, and to do so unapologetically. And I remember it was then that I really began to continue to explore the ever evolving question of who am I? And from there really came amazing things, amazing things. In addition to writing for Empower Magazine, it was then that I started my blog, which has evolved to what you guys now know as an Instagram page, a website, a podcast titled This Life I Live in Truth. This is essentially my life mantra. And it was then that I also began joining a online community of tutors who taught children and adults, some with special needs, to read, to write, to study, and to really maximize their independence. So essentially, I began to do the things and to build the lasting relationships that I deemed mattered to me. I became, as a result of it, a better everything. I became a better me. I became a better mom. I became a better then partner, co-worker, sister, daughter, cousin, and friend. And it really took taking into account where I had been to realize just how far I had come. I look forward, guys, to taking you on this journey with me through this e-course. And if any of what I shared has resonated with you, if you feel compelled and are drawn to the fact that if you are challenged with a problem that has knocked you off of your purpose, then this course is for you. In the course, we are going to explore the 7 truths that I deem to finding your purpose. And we're going to work through those truths through journaling, through readings, and through really brief, short lectures and really reflecting on actionable steps on ways and how we can come to find our purpose. So I am looking forward to having you guys sign up for the e-course. And to do so, I want you to click the About section on my page and select all of my services to view the widget titled Course to sign up. Don't forget to also click that subscribe button so you are always aware of when I post new content. I am so grateful for all who are watching. Until next time, bye.